With that, it's 6:30, and I would like to call to order the regular board meeting of April 7th, 2020. And with that, Tina, would you please do the roll call?
Yes, ma'am. Student board member Alejandra Maya.
Here.
Governing board member Lauren Hendricks.
Here.
Dean McGrath.
Present.
Tom Narini.
Here.
Dana Sarr.
Here.
Marie Sullivan.
Present.
Linda Thor.
Here.
Kathleen Wynn.
Here.
All members are present. A quorum is established.
Thank you very much, Tina. On our regular agenda, the next item would be Pledge of Allegiance, and some of us don't have a flag at our home or may not be looking at one. Mrs. Wynn has generously offered to lead us in a pledge, so for today's meeting, we'll go forward with that. And Mrs. Wynn, would you do the honors, please?
Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very good. Okay, we could be a choir. Thank you for that, Mrs. Wynn. There are no substitutions for this evening's meeting. There is no student life report. There's no faculty executive council report, no faculty association report, no student report, no emeritus awards or recognitions, and that brings us to the Chancellor report and update. Dr. Gonzalez, we turn this over to you.
Thank you, President Sullivan, members of the board. I just want to make sure you all can hear me right now.
I can.
Can do. Okay, very good. Thank you. I do have some comments that I would like to provide and echo your comments in thanking Dr. Cohen and his team for the enormous effort to make this happen. It's very unusual for all of us, but it's something that we have gotten used to over the last few weeks and working in this environment. So I want to take this time to thank all Maricopa employees for taking on this enormous effort to respond to COVID-19. We've moved over 11,000 employees to a remote work environment in under 2 weeks. We migrated nearly all of our 100,000 plus students to alternative learning environments in the same amount of time. Approximately 700 out of the 21,730 classes were not able to move entirely online, which is roughly 3% of the classes that we offer currently. We are working to address those classes along with what summer school will look like for this year. I want to let you know that we have supported our communities. We have donated PPE or personal protection equipment to clinics and hospitals and to our own essential staff when interacting with others. We have loaned much needed ventilators to area hospitals. We have used our parking lots as drive-through food banks. We have and are in the process of providing hundreds and hundreds of laptops to students in need, including Wi-Fi hotspots. We have also built a website filled with the resources on COVID-19, telecommuting, job seeking, food and financial resources. It serves as a warehouse for past communications throughout the district and much more. We've also provided a bi-weekly COVID-19 newsletter. The latest one came out just a couple hours ago. I want to take this time to especially thank all critical function personnel who continue to come to work and perform these functions to literally keep our colleges and sites safe and running. As we continue to respond and quickly adjust to COVID-19, the regular work continues in many sense that the tide is turning. Undoubtedly, a new normal is developing under these unusual circumstances. And as they say, the show must go on. Between March 15th and April 1st, Webex, which is the primary platform that we use to meet in Maricopa right now, has served 8,571 meetings, logging in 259,852 minutes on the platform, and there were approximately 34,000 participants in those meetings. I just want to say that I'm grateful to be employed by the Maricopa Community College District. I'm honored to serve as the interim chancellor during this time, and I'm so proud of the Maricopa leadership, faculty, and staff And most importantly, I'm thankful to our students for their patience and their resolve during this difficult time. I want to let you know that we are Maricopa strong, and we will not only overcome this challenging time, but we will learn to thrive within it. President Sullivan, that concludes my remarks, and I thank you for that opportunity to share those.
Thank you. My impression from afar has been that there's been remarkable and plentiful work going on, and your statistics certainly confirm what my observations have been. I know this is open for discussion. Board members, do you have any additional comments?
Ms. Sullivan, this is Linda Thor.
Yes,
I just want to say how incredibly impressed I am with how the administration, faculty, and staff are handling this situation. It makes me very, very proud, and I want to join with the Chancellor in thanking everyone for the outstanding job that they're doing on behalf of our students and our community.
Thank you, Dr. Thor. Ms. Maya?
Hi, I just wanted to say how proud I am to be part of this organization. April is Community College Awareness Month, and throughout this crisis, Maricopa has done an amazing job through this transition. And to see the resources that are being available for students in all the colleges, from emergency fund scholarships to laptops to food drives, I just want to say thank you to the staff and the administrators. I'm beyond proud.
Thank you. Anyone else in alignment with Dr. Gonzalez's comments?
This is Mrs. Nguyen. There's been so many changes that had to take place. Dr. Gonzalez has been completely available, answering questions, and really doing an excellent job. So I want to say thank you for keeping all the balls or plates up in the air, however that is, and really, to echo everyone else, it does make me proud. The college residents have been responsive, because there's been needs from the students, and everyone has stepped up to the plate, and it's really been a nice, although under terrible circumstances, but it's been really wonderful to see everyone act professionally and kindly and doing what needs to get done. So thank you.
Yes. Anyone else? Ms. Chancellor, we had some background noise at that point. I don't know if that's the nature of our speaking or if that's something to address externally. Just I'd let you know if you didn't hear it as well. With that, anyone else have a comment at this time? I'd like to reiterate the kudos and the comments, but also want to give a shout out to our faculty and support staff for the exemplary work they're doing to ensure that all of the courses happen on time and in the best way possible given the circumstances. Of course, it's representative of all the work that you, Dr. Gonzalez, and your teams have done. And it's translated into student services. So, Ms. Maya, it was nice to hear your comments from the student point of view. And just know that we're a grateful board and we're also supportive and all very proud. So with that, we'll move forward. There are no comments that have been received for this evening's Citizens Interim, so I'm going to move forward in the agenda to consideration of the consent agenda. I do believe there are a couple items that folks have an interest to take for discussion, and with that, I'm going to ask you, Mr. Saar, do you have an interest to move any item?
I'd like to remove item number 12.3.
Okay, so we'll take that up. Any other ones?
I'd like to pull off 12.1, if it's on read.
So we have 12.1 and 12.3. Other board members, do you have an interest to pull any other item off the consent agenda? Being none. So 12.1 and 12.3 have been removed from the consent agenda for separate discussion. That leaves a number of other items. do I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda without 12.1 and 12.3?
So moved.
Mrs. Wynn, is that your, okay?
Yes.
Can you please identify yourself, please?
Kathy Wynn, so moved.
And a second?
Dr. Haney will second that.
There's a motion to approve the consent agenda minus 12.1, 12.2. It's been made and seconded. All those in favor, please, and now, okay, we have to do this roll call, sorry. Advisory vote, any discussion on the motion?
No discussion.
And thank you. Any other discussion from anyone else? Being none, the vote, Ms. Maya?
Aye.
Okay, Mr. Hendricks?
Aye.
Mrs. McGrath?
Could we have an explanation of what they are? I've tried to draw them up on my computer and all I get is proposed course changes and consultant selection, and that's all I can find.
Yes, the two, in the motion, the items to be removed for separate discussion is 12.1, which is proposed course fee changes for fiscal year 2021, and 12.3, conceptual approval for remodeling in the North Campus complex at South Mountain Community College. So with those removed, there's a motion on a second on the table with no discussion to accept the consent agenda. Ms. Maya has voted yes, and Mr. Hendricks has voted aye. Mrs. McGrath, your turn.
This is to vote for the removal or for the consent agenda without these two items, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
I vote aye.
Dr. Narini?
Aye.
Mr. Saar?
Aye.
Dr. Thor?
Aye.
Mrs. Wynn?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. The consent agenda passes with a unanimous vote. So moving forward then for discussion item, I'll take them in numerical order here. So item 12.1, proposed course fee changes. And Dr. Gonzalez, I expect you will be asked, and well, I don't know, just be available for the discussion. And Dr. Narini, I'm going to turn this to you since you asked for its removal.
Thank you. This is Dr. Narini. Just for a point of clarification, on the agenda it says proposed course fee changes, but we're doing course fee and tuition changes. Is that correct?
Dr. Gonzalez?
I would defer to Dr. Fisher to answer that question.
Dr. Fisher?
Ms. Sullivan, Chancellor Gonzalez, Dr. Narini. I believe that is correct. If you scroll to the item, it does look like tuition as well.
Okay.
And Mr. Moore may have more to say, having prepared the document.
Mr. Moore, Dr. Moore?
I'm sorry, Dr. Moore.
Are you able to hear me? Am I unmuted?
Yes.
Essentially, it's annually we review all of our fees. The in-state tuition or the regular tuition for our students is unchanged. There's a change to the out-of-state tuition and a change to childcare at one of the colleges. Other than that, it's substantially unchanged. There are a few fee adjustments, but tuition is for our in-county students unchanged. Does that answer Dr. K's question?
Yes, I guess.
I would like to hear what the tuition change is and the justification for it.
Trying to find a document this moment.
It goes from 215 to 241. Why the huge leap?
And that is for out-of-state students.
Well, we know that. What's the justification for it?
I'm trying to find it here. Give me a moment.
I don't know where the background information is coming, noise is coming from, but for some people, when they speak, there's a lot of background noise. So just FYI. Go ahead, Dr. Moore.
Give me a moment. Here we go.
President Sullivan, this is Stephen.
Yes, Dr. Gonzalez. Yeah.
Yes, and in reading from the action item that's on our board book, the justification provided is that the rate of $215 per credit hour has not changed since fiscal year 2009-2010. A recent analysis indicated that the cost associated with online course offering has increased to $241 per credit hour. So it sounds as if we're making an adjustment to cover the cost to deliver the online course offerings there.
Okay.
For non-resident students, correct.
Yes, Mrs. McGrath?
It says the same thing in the information here, but all it says is we found out we needed more money, but there's no explanation of why they need more money. This just says a recent analysis indicated, and I'd like to see more information than a recent analysis indicated.
Excuse me, Dr. Gonzalez and Mrs. McGrath, Dr. Moore and Dr. Fisher, was the comment on that because an analysis was done and it was determined that 241 was the actual cost, or was it an assessment and a desire? I'm a bit unsure on that one.
Well, the way that the item was written, the analysis indicated that this is a cost recovery, in a sense, because it was a cost associated with online offering had increased to 241, and therefore it was.
If I may, Mrs. Sullivan, Dr. Moore. And Dr. Moore, thank you for stepping in when I asked you to do so.
No, that's fine.
You'll recall that Mr. Hibbs originally submitted this. That analysis was done under his watch, and this is the actual cost that was determined for those courses. This isn't a desire for more money. It is a desire to recoup what we're actually spending.
Thank you. Mrs. McGrath, does that answer your question enough?
I would prefer to see what the costs are, why they have gone up, what in this program is costing more, rather than just come out and say it costs more. We need to see the reasoning behind this. We need to see the figures. This costs more, that costs more, et cetera. But just to say it costs more is not enough justification.
I believe that it was I don't mean to interrupt, I'm sorry, Dr. Gonzalez. I believe it was presented in previous documentation from Mr. Hibbs, and we can bring that to the forefront. Are you asking, Mrs. McGrath, that this be tabled for that, or can we move forward?
I would prefer it be tabled and have an explanation of what the exact cost increases are. What this component costs more, what this other component costs more. How do you justify the increase? And just to say you need it, or there is that it's a regular increase doesn't satisfy me.
Okay, thank you.
Ms.
Yes,
Sullivan.
Yes. Dr.
Mrs. Sullivan.
Dr. Thor?
This is Linda Thor. I believe that the law requires that out-of-state tuition cover the full cost of instruction. And
I agree, it does.
And if we haven't been increasing it since 2009, we actually probably have been out of compliance with that.
I agree that that's probably the case, but I would like to see the figures. This costs X and this costs Y, and therefore we need the increase. There's just, to come out and say we need the increase is not a reliable justification.
Thank you. And thank you, Dr. Fisher. Yes, Dr. Fisher.
Thank you. Ms. Sullivan, Ms. McGrath, given the life cycle of our enrollment, getting the tuition and fees settled for the majority of our students before they start their classes is an important goal for us. Of course, these out-of-state students are not the majority of our students. Would it be possible for us to table the single item and move forward with the others and then come back to you, Ms. McGrath, with the justification that you require?
When is the next meeting that we would discuss this?
We will be scheduling more budget meetings and work sessions going forward. What I would ask, and I appreciate Mrs. McGrath's input and comments and the inquiries she would like. Dr. Gonzalez, I think what I will do, let's keep it in this document for now and see where we are moving forward. And if the motion, if we move forward to approve this, then I would certainly appreciate more detailed information going to Mrs. McGrath. If not, we would then need to, if there is a motion to approve this and it doesn't, and it fails, then we would certainly have the opportunity to remove this item before we would go forward separately in an amendment. So with that, I think I'm in order there. I'm sure people will correct me if I'm wrong. But with that, thank you for your question, Mrs. McGrath, and certainly there's more information to be gotten for you on that. Any other comments, Dr. Narini, for you and Dr. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is Dr. Narini. Yeah, I did have. I guess that kind of led into my first question about this is will be our last chance to discuss the tuition and fees for 2020-21, correct?
I believe that there is some need to move forward on a calendar. If you we're going to hear from me later that there are some budget sessions I'd like to schedule to make sure that we can get our budget done in time with our conversations and with Dr. Moore and Dr. Gonzalez. Given that, I'll let Dr. Gonzalez and Dr. Fisher answer the ultimate answer to that question. Dr. Gonzalez?
Yes, President Sullivan, members of the board. Dr. Narini, I believe through the work sessions that would be scheduled around budget, we would be afforded an opportunity to discuss these. But as Dr. Fisher indicated, we are currently in the process of registering students for fall semester, and the quicker that we can have these fees, posted and approved and posted for students to view, the better.
What is the exact timing then if we added a cushion for this discussion? Dr. Gonzalez? Yeah.
President Sullivan, members of the board, I don't know what that exact date is off the top of my head. I would definitely think that we need to we've got to do it within the next month or two, but I can find out what an exact drop dead date is. And maybe Dr. Fisher may know that off the top of her head.
Ms. Sullivan, members of the board, the students are already enrolling for fall. The priority registration opened in mid-March and will continue on until August when we start our fall semester. The bulk of our students, of course, come in the summer for a fall semester. So if we could get this done no later than June 1, that would be about the latest we could do, but the earliest that we could get, the earlier that we can get this to them, the better.
Thank you.
Mrs. Sullivan?
Yes,
This is Linda
Dr.
Thor. This
Yeah.
is Linda Thor. I don't believe that we have a motion on the floor.
We don't. Just been.
So therefore, I would like to move approval of 12.1. This is at least the third time that this has been in front of us, and it's in the best interest of students and the operation of this district that we get this settled tonight.
Is there
This
a
is
second?
Dana. I second that.
Okay. So there's a motion by Dr. Thor, second by Mr. Saar. Any discussion on the motion?
I just had a couple points of clarification.
Yes, go ahead.
One, I was just hoping to find out when we're going to get an update on the course fee committee. And the other one was back in January, I brought up the idea of reducing the state, the surcharge for out-of-state students who are taking less than 6 credits, because as I mentioned, we're the fastest growing county in the country. We have about 300 individuals coming in every year who have to wait every day, who have to wait a year to take the classes for in-state. And then with our winter visitors, and back in January, I brought that up, and somebody was going to look into how Cochise College, Yavapai College, and Arizona Western are able to reduce their surcharge for their students taking, their non-resident students taking less than 6 credits, and I was just wondering if there was an update on that.
So as part of the discussion on the motion, you're asking 2 further questions. Dr. Gonzalez?
Yes, President Sullivan, Dr. Narini, I would defer to Dr. Fisher to respond to the question regarding the task force that was put together to study course fees.
Ms. Sullivan, members of the board, Dr. Narini, the tuition and fees task force was officially set to kick off after spring break, immediately after spring break. And Dr. Narini, you may remember we had a hallway conversation about that because we had then decided to extend spring break by 2 weeks, and thinking that we would be back and that it would be better for us to kick off this rather large project with a large project team in person, we moved that kickoff date to April 13th. Of course, things have changed since then, and so we now know that we're probably not going to be meeting about anything in person anytime soon. And so we're going to go ahead and kick off the tuition and fees task force on Monday, April 13th. And to your second point, in the meantime, we did survey the colleges to see what the other colleges, see what discounts that they're offering for those out-of-state students taking 6 or fewer classes, 6 or fewer credit hours. And determined also that at present we have about 2,200 out-of-state students that are taking 6 or fewer hours. So, given that we have a rapidly changing enrollment landscape due to pandemic, and we know that there will be lots of folks stuck at home and probably wanting to take classes, a similar tuition policy might really be useful as a promotion for summer or fall classes. I have not been able to ascertain how, from a statutory perspective, they were able to reduce that, other than to say that the statute says we have to cover our costs. And so I think depending upon what we offer, particularly if we offer the AJEC, now that that's going to be transferable in an online and P-grade environment, the board could take that action, I suppose, but on a larger scale for particularly in-person classes and career technical education classes where we know the costs are much higher, we may not be within statute if the board were simply to create a reduced pricing structure for those out-of-state students. So I think there's a more nuanced answer than yes, we can do it or no, we can't. I think it has to do with what our costs are on individual types of courses, and of course, whether the board would want to take such an action.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I guess the part that I find frustrating is that we brought this up back in January, and I know the calendar moves on, and I know there's a lot of incidents and things that come along and cause us to have to to readjust. And so I know the calendar moves on, and that's what I'm concerned about, is that here we are almost 4 months later trying to get the answers to this. And when we can move on, and we do need to make, and I agree, we do need to get these costs settled for the students. So I guess my frustration is we're 4 months on, and again, I go back to the thing about the fee committee, and I understand everything that we're saying, but I hope you can appreciate my frustration is that this has been months that we've been going on, and we haven't got a course fee committee meeting. We're trying, since January, we've been trying to figure out what's going on with these other schools and how they're doing it, how they're taking advantage of the over $1 billion that are brought in by winter visitors every year, and we don't get a piece of that because our winter visitors come here and they're paying $1,000 to take a class. If we increase our enrollment by 1%, by just 1%, and we get 1,500 more credits, we're talking over $1 million into our budget, and we can't figure out how to get past this. I guess that's where my frustration is.
Thank you, Dr. Narini and Dr. Fisher. I'm going to call the question moving forward, and with the comments of Dr. Narini and Mrs. McGrath duly noted. There's a motion on the table, and with that, I'm going to ask for a roll call vote on the motion. Ms. Maya, advisory vote.
Aye.
Mr. Hendricks.
I agree with the concerns of Dr. Narini and Mrs. McGrath, but we need to move this thing forward. I'm going to vote aye.
Thank you. Mrs. McGrath.
I vote nay.
Dr. Narini.
I'll explain my vote.
You may.
Again, I think my frustration's been duly noted that we've been pushing this off, and the calendar keeps getting in the way, and we keep pushing it off down the road even more. So I would really appreciate having I look forward to the April 13th so we can get this committee going. And I would really look forward to finding out about how these other colleges are doing it, because we're missing out on millions of dollars of revenue from out-of-state students, from non-resident students, by charging them $1,000 a class instead of what we can do. Back in 2010, we charged students, our non-resident students, a $25 non-resident surcharge when they took 6 credits or less. I'm not sure what's changed, why things are so much more difficult now than they were back in 2010. But with all that said, I agree, we need to get this moving forward. We need to get the students to understand exactly what they're paying for and get exactly what they're paying for. So I vote aye.
Thank you. Mr. Saar?
Aye.
Dr. Thor?
Aye.
Mrs. Nguyen? Mrs. Nguyen? I see you're muted, Mrs. Nguyen. Okay, unmuted. Tina or Joe, can we connect with Mrs. Nguyen here?
It appears that Mrs. Nguyen is having some issues causing some of the feedback, so they muted her.
Okay, we need her unmuted for the vote.
They are in the process of connecting with her to.
Okay, I will, my vote is aye, and pending Mrs. Nguyen's vote here, the motion, it looks like the motion will carry, but while we're waiting for her vote, I will say that there are very legitimate concerns, Dr. Gonzalez, being raised in this discussion. If someone could craft an answer and keep moving on Dr. Narini's issue, that would be beneficial. And information to Mrs. McGrath as detailed as possible is important. So with that, are you present for a vote? Hello?
President Sullivan?
Yes.
You mentioned getting the this is Jean McGrath. You mentioned getting the information to me. I think this information should go to all of the board members.
Yes, that's a very good correction to my comment. Thank you. You know, since we have a motion on the floor and it's still open-ended, even though it looks like the motion will carry, I'm hesitant to close this without her vote. Any guidance there, Ms. Cooper?
Sorry, no, my dog is giving guidance as well. Let's give her another couple of minutes, or perhaps we could reach out to her by text and see if she can indicate a vote that we can record.
I think it would be most appropriate for you to do that as our general counsel rather than me.
I'll do that right now.
Thank you. I'm waiting for my dog to bark here too, so. Cats mew so much more silently than dogs bark, at least in my experience.
This is Leslie. I've reached out to her.
Thank you.
I have Mrs. Wynn's vote. She votes aye.
So the motion carries on a vote of 6-1. And thank you, Ms. Cooper. We may need to do this again on another motion if one comes up. So with that, thank you, and thank you all for that discussion. Moving on to item 12.3, Mr. Saar.
We should probably have a motion first.
All right. Is there a motion for, please make a motion.
This is Linda Soar. I move approval.
Is there a second on the motion?
I second. This is Dr. Narini.
Thank you. There's a motion moved and seconded for discussion on item 12.3, or for approval of item 12.3. With that discussion, Mr. Saar.
Thank you. Thank you. This item is asking us for $500,000 to retrofit an existing building on the South Mountain campus to house and equip a construction trade program. This is a classic example to me of build it and they will come. Are we really in a position to invest taxpayer funds with no sign of enrollment success? Or should South Mountain maybe start their program on the Gateway Central City campus, which is less than 5 miles down the road, and work on their enrollment in the meantime? The references to the industry recruiting site in their proposal are far from accurate measures of enrollment. Build Your Future Arizona isn't showing any preference to South Mountain. In fact, they list numerous other training competitors on their site, including Mesa Community College, Gateway, and even the Brewer Academy, which is one of our partners on this. If all this marketing has been successful, just show me a list of potential students. As of this afternoon, there are 0 enrollment in either the summer or fall classes at South Mountain. Mesa at least has some enrollment in their construction classes today. So why would somebody with some carpentry interest and maybe even some work experience pay tuition to attend a structured semester-based classroom setting when they can master competencies in a much shorter time potentially? Keep in mind, we are assuring potential students there's a job waiting for them, or at least an internship, but in almost 2 years as a full-time student. Our competition simply does a better job of meeting student and employer needs. Once again, Maricopa already has a well-equipped facility just a few miles from South Mountain. Let's hold off on this item until we can be certain that this investment of taxpayer money shows a reasonable return. build it and they will come doesn't work when it's our public's money. So I'm not going to vote in favor of this. I think more thought has to be put into this discussion and the spending of the money on the South Mountain campus. And I would suggest that those involved, when they have the student enrollment, take a look at moving their classes temporarily at least, or maybe permanently, to the Central City campus where they already have the facilities necessary for these programs. So I thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion or questions?
Yes, I'd like to say that I think that this is Jean McGrath, that Mr. Saar is right on. This build it and they will come. Can't do that with taxpayer funds.
Thank you. Any other discussion from you?
This is Dr. Narini.
Yes.
I just have a question. What kind of partnerships does South Mountain have? What have they developed in terms of partnerships for this program?
Dr. Gonzalez?
Yes, President Sullivan, Dr. Narini, I have asked Dr. Olson, President at South Mountain, to be on standby to answer any of the questions that you have related to this program. So if you would allow me to, I would defer to her.
Yes, thank you. Dr. Olson?
Has my mic been muted? Unmuted?
We can
hear you.
Okay. Chancellor, President Sullivan, Mr. Saar, members of the board, Dr. Narini, over the past 2 years, South Mountain Community College have been working with, our first partner was Brewer Plumbing. They came to us after Darcy Renfro identified us as a partner to start looking at development of a program for service to the plumbing industry. And after we met with them, they introduced us to Haskin Electric, McCarthy Construction, and 3G Construction. So we've been working over the last 18 months with those 4 companies, and specifically our vice president is also online if you have more program-specific questions, because a lot of the questions that are coming right now are program-specific to talk about how this program is different than the ones that have been mentioned. So I would ask permission for Dr. Klein-Namuho, who has been working on this program for the last 18 months with these partners, to answer questions or to give more details.
Before we ask him, which is perfectly fine, my question is, do you have working MOUs or MOAs with these partners, commitments of that are in writing?
Right now they are, I believe he's working with one in a draft format. They have been working with us in the creation of the curriculum, in redesigning the facilities. They've been on the hiring committee for the faculty. So they've been working hand in hand with us in the development of this program.
And Mrs. Sullivan,
yes.
This is Linda Thor. Dr. Olson, does my memory serve me correctly that the owner of Brewer came and spoke to the board a couple months ago in praise of all of this activity?
Yes, Dr. Thor, that's correct.
Okay.
Mrs. Sullivan, this is Dana.
Yes, please, go ahead.
I've talked to Mike Brewer about this several times. It goes back a few years ago when Mr. Brewer and a number of other contractors, as well as the Phoenix Chamber, met with our chancellor at the time, and I was at the meeting at the Central City campus. I believe, Dr. Gonzalez, you may have been there as well. So this discussion has been going on for a long time, but yet in our other construction programs, whether they're ours or whether they're our competitors or our partners, it's difficult getting enrollment for all kinds of reasons that I won't go into here that we've witnessed out at the Maryville Mall. But my point here is that we're investing money in a program that we don't know that's going to be any better than what has been done previously. It bothers me to see that the Brewer Institute is at a higher level as far as what I see on the website than South Mountain or Mesa or anybody else in terms of keeping their program open. So if there are really good partners and are willing to invest not only their funding with equipment potentially and maybe even instructors, you have to have enrollment to make it work. And I have yet to see a successful program going back a few years where we have had enough enrollment to justify the expense of a program like construction and plumbing and electrical and so forth. Our JTEDs or CTEDs, EVIT and WestMech, both offer these programs not only to their high school students but to adults. Their numbers are there, but not in great enough numbers to justify the incredible expense of these programs. So I'm just saying that we need to think about this more and potentially come back to it again when we can actually see that there's a demand for what we are offering as a product.
Thank you. Are there program questions going forward for Mr. Namua?
I have a question. This is Dr. Narini.
Yes.
So it was my understanding at the presentation that we had a while back that the reason the brewer and the group got involved was because of the lack of individuals that are qualified individuals that they could employ. And so they were looking to develop a program that could attract students and could attract the folks to get the certifications that they need so they can hire them. Also, it's my understanding that we have a partnership with, or the Pasco Yaqui tribe has a partnership, and they have an agreement to sponsor about 48 or 50 scholarship tuition for students to enroll in these programs. So I think the demand can be there. We've got the resources there to go out, and again, coming from a recruitment and outreach background, this is, to me, what I've seen, what I've heard is an outstanding program that is not going to be a hard sell. As long as we do it right and we give South Mountain the resources that they need to do the outreach, to bring it, and especially in this time where people are losing their jobs, where they're going to be looking for programs, we need to make sure that we have the horse in front of the cart and making sure that we have the programs ready to go when the students are ready to come. So it's not tell them they will come. We have to be prepared for when they come.
Thank you. Are there further questions or discussion on this matter?
Mrs. Sullivan, this is Dana again.
Yes, Mr. Saar.
You know, to Dr. Narini's point, we already have the facility at the Gateway South Mountain or Gateway Central City campus to do exactly what Mr. Narini was saying we can do. So to duplicate that at a location, 5 miles down the road, to me makes no sense at this point. Until we max out that program, and it has a different programming, but it can, the facility is there, the equipment's there. You can put any program you want in conjunction with that equipment and make it work. So I just don't see why we need to duplicate something that we certainly don't know for sure. Even though the demand is there, we don't have the enrollment.
This is Tom again.
Yes, go.
Here's something else I understand, is that South Mountain High School has a construction program, and they're a strong partner with South Mountain Community College. And we were just on a meeting today with CTE between Phoenix Union and Maricopa. I was at a meeting this morning on that, and we were just talking about the partnerships and the internships and the apprenticeship programs and the links that are available between South Mountain High School and South Mountain Community College. And if you understand that population, 5 miles can mean the difference between a class and not going to a class. So having a program that they can call their own in their own community means something to them.
Thank you. Are there other questions or comments? Mrs. Wynn, I know you've been part of this project. Do you have comments? You brought some partners to the table.
They're still trying to get Mrs. Wynn connected to the audio.
Okay, then.
And one more thing, if I may, while I'm on a roll.
Go ahead, please.
Coming from this community, because I grew up in South Phoenix, and to understand what that means to have a program of your own in your own community that you can be a part of, it does more for the community at large than anything it does for the high school or the college or even the construction companies. We need to develop South Phoenix in a way that can benefit the whole community, hence our community college.
Thank you. Dr. Gonzalez, while we're waiting, wait a minute. Mrs. Nguyen, can you hear me? Hello? Mrs. Nguyen? Okay, I guess I'll move on. Dr. Gonzalez, do you have any point of view on this? Certainly, given the gateway comments of Mr. Saar.
Well, let me, President Sullivan, members of the board, I'll respond from where I currently sit in the organization. And, you know, as interim chancellor, I recognize this before coming into this role, but I realize that even more now that we're in the process of building out a workforce development office. And it's for the exact reason of what we're doing here is to determine whether programs, you know, could be, should be within close proximity to one another. I'm not necessarily concerned about distance. You know, it just depends on the amount of population that's available where these programs are offered. And I can understand I can understand both perspectives.
Okay, well, since I got put out.
Yeah, I'm hearing some whispering there. I don't know if somebody was telling me they know what I did last summer, but it sounded that way.
Oh dear. Go ahead, please. Continue.
So I'm really thinking about this from a larger perspective, and it just informs me, and it should inform all of us that we need to continue to build out our workforce development from a district perspective to ensure that we're addressing Maricopa-wide needs when it comes to construction programs, manufacturing programs, healthcare programs, and all of our CTE programs. We just have not we have not put our best foot forward in the time that I've been in our district, and we're getting there. Unfortunately, like other things, this recent legislative session and addressing COVID has interrupted some of our work to quickly move to where we want to be. But we will be there, I promise you.
Thank you for your input. Is there any more? Mrs. Nguyen, are you available now?
President Sullivan, I'm wondering if maybe it would be best if she just phoned in the way that Mrs. McGrath is.
Whatever IT and she can make work, because I'm about to call another vote. Ms. Cooper, are you standing ready?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. I need to text her. Well, whatever is moving forward, I'm sorry we can't get her input given that she helped bring on this to the table. If she's there, Kathleen, I'll give you one more time.
Mrs. Sullivan?
Yes, Dr. Thor.
I would like to know, in light of the comments that the Chancellor just made, is the Chancellor recommending that approval of this item?
Dr. Gonzalez, would you be willing to weigh in here?
President Sullivan, Dr. Thor, I will give you an honest answer in that when I first became aware that this was a possibility, as serving as the president of Gateway, I was not necessarily in favor of a potential duplication of a program. However, as our leaders from both colleges, our respective leaders from both colleges, got together and worked this out, they assured us that there would not be any duplication in our efforts. The other part of this, too, is that while we may want to do something from our perspective, we serve our students and we serve our communities and we serve our industry partners. And it's our industry partners that are coming forward in this particular example and saying that they want to partner with South Mountain Community College on this. If we don't approve this and we turn away, we may be turning them away as a partner to Maricopa, not just to South Mountain, because they may take that as Maricopa is not wanting to partner with us. They've specifically sought out South Mountain Community College in this potential partnership. And for that reason, I support this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dexter. Okay, I'm going to have us leave the discussion now and call the vote on the motion to approve item 12.3. I will start again with Ms. Maya, advisory vote.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Mr. Hendricks?
I vote no.
Ms. McGrath?
I vote nay.
Dr. Narini?
Aye.
Mr. Saar?
Nay.
Dr. Thor?
Aye.
Ms. Cooper, have you been able to see about Mrs. Nguyen here?
I have not yet heard from her, although I may have her vote. Just one moment, please.
Thank you. I'll wait.
I'd like to ask, this is Jean McGrath, I would like to ask how she can responsibly vote when she hasn't been able to hear the discussion. Has she been able to hear the discussion?
I will confirm that she has.
Thank you. I feel better. God forbid I should not feel better, right?
We want everyone to stay well and feel better. Or feel better and stay well. How does that work?
Absolutely.
And Mrs. Nguyen confirms that she has heard the discussion and that she votes in favor.
And I will vote in favor as well. My reason for voting is...
We did it.
Wait a minute. I have 7 votes. My reason for voting is because I do agree with Dr. Narini's comment about centering our services in the communities in which we have our colleges and deliver. I am a little concerned as well about some of the duplication, and certainly until we really understand how our revenue is going to be generated there going forward, given the current times, I think that's top of mind for me. However, I think moving forward with community-based programs, particularly in the workforce development arena, is critically important and will, in fact, benefit the communities in which they are offered, and then subsequently the larger communities. So that is my vote aye. Therefore, the motion passes on 4-3. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for your thoughtful discussion. With that, then, we're going to move to, I have to get my act together here, to the next item on the agenda. And that is, hold on, I have my papers right in front of me. Okay, hold on, I've got it. This is what happens when I start moving papers around here. Item 13, Human Resources, any comments?
13 what?
13.1, sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Item 14.1, any comments? Okay, being none on either 13.1 or 14.1, we move to item 15, Governing Board Reports. And with that, I'd like to hear comments, and I'll start. Ms. Maya, do you have any comments?
Again, I just wanted to mention that this April's Community College Awareness Month, and again, I'm just thankful and beyond proud to be part of this organization.
Thank you, and we know you're graduating this year, so we'll be raising a glass to you at some point.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hendricks, any comments?
No report, thank you.
Ms. McGrath?
No report.
Dr. Narini?
I just want to echo everything that everybody said earlier, and thanking all the healthcare people, the first responders, and especially those people on the front line, those cashiers and folks that are working to make sure that we can live as normal as we possibly can. And again, just everything we said about the community college and how proud we all are to be a part of it, and the outstanding job that they've done. You've done. Everybody has done. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Starr?
I'll echo what everybody else has said too. Thank you.
Dr. Thor?
Yes, thank you, President Sullivan. I want to provide an update on the Chancellor search. As you will recall, the process has been paused, initially to conduct an external review of possible violations of the process, but also because of the COVID-19 crisis. While we had hoped that the external review could be completed quickly, the investigator has been unable to interview several key individuals because of circumstances beyond her control. That delay, combined with the uncertainty as to when the current restrictions on gatherings and travel will be lifted, it is highly unlikely that we can meet the original timeline of having a new chancellor in place July 1. Our search consultant continues to maintain communication with the semifinalists, and we and they look forward to resuming the process as soon as feasible. And finally, and I seem to be doing this too often these days, I want to acknowledge the passing of another great former Maricopan, Dr. Alfredo G. de los Santos, Jr., who was Vice Chancellor of Student and Educational Development for over 20 years. I had the honor and privilege to work with Dr. de los Santos when I was president of Rio Salado College. He was nationally recognized as a trailblazer, but he was also a personable, principled, passionate man who mentored many. Along with Chancellor Paul Elsner, Dr. de los Santos built Maricopa into the premier community college district that it is today, and he will be greatly missed. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Thor. Mrs. Wynn, are you available to offer comments?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, yay.
Oh, you guys, you don't know how hard that was to listen to that last discussion. I was speaking from my living room. You didn't hear a word. Can someone tell me how the vote turned out?
The motion carried on a vote of 4-3.
Thank you so much. I just want to, so my comments tonight have to do with that tomorrow night was going to be our Heroes event. And I just want to say that although it has been postponed, we reached our goal of selling 60 tables, and that is due in large part to the work of the foundation and our foundation president, Brian Speaker. He has done heroes work himself. And none of our table hosts have asked for a refund. And so scholarship applications for the fall, we've decided to extend based on everything that's currently happening until May 31st. Application drafts are up 19% over last year. So that is such a huge thing. And appeals to faculty and staff and to alumni and donors went out. And just in the short term, we have already raised from our faculty over $10,000.
Wow.
Yes. So we were already proud of our faculty and everything, but and Keith Hefner has been working with Brian. So thank you to everyone who has just stepped up for the cause. And 60 tables is up 20% increase from last year. So I have to say, and Brian has had some personal things happen, and he has just showed up every day and been taking care of students. We've had some, as you can imagine, some emergency needs, and the foundation has been an equal partner in all of this, and I'm just so proud to be able to serve in that capacity. We will have a future date, but I just want you to know that no one has asked for their money back that sponsored a table. So we are really ahead. The only casualty is I bought a new outfit and I didn't get to wear it, but other than that, we're in great shape. That's humor. But I just am so proud of the foundation and the work that they're doing and how they're serving our students in this time of need. And I just really want to give all my kudos to the foundation and to Brian. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Nguyen. So it's my turn, and I want to remind everyone, building on Mrs. Nguyen's comment, that we certainly have an opportunity, given that today is Arizona Gives Day. Certainly it's an opportunity and a time to recognize nonprofits through your generosity, but even though I don't believe the Maricopa Foundation is on the Arizona Gives Day list, it still is an opportunity for us to continue to reinforce the work of the foundation through the emergency fund and other key giving opportunities that they offer us also. And kudos to the faculty and staff for making contributions. And I hope if you haven't concluded your Arizona Gives Day contributions, that you will seriously consider supporting the foundation if you haven't already. And thank you, Mrs. Nguyen, for that. And also to Mr. Spicker and his team. 60 tables, having been involved in fundraisers, that's a really good measure. So congratulations on that. A couple things from me then around the budget. Yes, we have a budget to approve, and I know that there has been some recalibration of some projections and approaches to the budget given the situation we're in now with COVID-19 and also some uncertainties. To that end, board, I would like to actually have us convening a couple work sessions prior to a first read of the budget and subsequent approval of the budget tied to a very specific timeline. I don't have those dates yet. Mrs. McGrath and I, as co-chairs of the committee, will be meeting with Dr. Moore, I believe, next week. And after that, I will be sending you an email with some dates. If you have any feedback for me, please go ahead and send it to me on that. But I just wanted to make you aware that this is not something that's just lying there. It's something that we will be addressing and having to attend to with that. Another comment I would like to make is to acknowledge that Donna Beamer has, of course, separated from the district, and we're sorry that she's no longer with us. She made some very important contributions to helping us as a board and the district as a whole smoothly. And my reason for my statement is so it's in the record how much we value her contributions. I would also like to welcome Tina at this time then to her role in supporting us. And I know she played a big role in helping us all get aligned with this meeting this evening, and that was important for all of us. From my perspective, it's a little more difficult to run a meeting remotely. I guess we'll have to do it more often so we can become as proficient as Dr. Gonzalez and all of his teams. But I thought overall we did pretty well this evening, and I want to thank all of you for attending. Whether you're playing with your dog while you're not on, while you're on mute or doing whatever, it's, you know, fine. But thank you for being attentive and participating as appropriate. It's hard. But I think we'll get good at this. With that, then, I'm going to conclude our meeting with the acknowledgement that right now we're scheduled for an April 28th meeting at 6:30. Where, how, or if that date will change, it will probably depend on circumstances going forward, so stay tuned. And with that, again, much appreciation to everyone who's listening and all the hard work that you're doing to ensure that we live the mission of the community colleges district here. I want to say stay well and stay home if you can. So with that, I adjourn the meeting. Thank you all.